Imagination done wrong equals to fear. Imagination done right equals to faith. Your imagination, because it's untrained, it's undisciplined, unguided, that's why it's creating fear. Hey Tribe, happy Sunday. So for this week, I have selected Tom Lowe's question as I've posted up here for your view, and you can see my weakness is lack of willpower to take the first step, always need push, then will just do it. Looking at my age, getting older and older, but deep in my heart strongly feel that I can't be like this, doing the same routine again and again. I need change and try, but many times the result is not as expected, and then back to the starting points. Okay, so basically you're saying you want me to help you overcome your current situation, which give you a clear direction, and hope that I can share some light. Okay, shed some light on this case. Okay, and you ultimately you would like to change and improve your finance, your health, and life in a positive way. Why not, right? So firstly, Mr. Lowe, your question, your problem and predicament is not unique. Now, why I say that is important. It's not unique because everybody else also have the same problem mostly. Okay, so don't copy people. All right, that was the thing I need to point out, because most people think their problems are unique. It's like only to me, right? It's like, oh shit, right? Why do I have this problem? Well, then a lot of people have these problems, and also, mind you, there are also a lot of people who are able to solve similar problems. Now, my question that I raise right now to you is because from your chart, born in a water pig, year pillar, month pillar is wood rat, day pillar is wood horse, and hour pillar is wood ox, and currently going through metal monkey luck pillars, which is the 7 killings luck pillars. Okay. Now, so the reason why I'm saying this to you, which is extremely important, is because generally in your chart, the resource element, the resource structure is dominant. And so if I don't tell you this, you will overthink things. You will anyway. So I just want you to make sure that you, even if you're overthinking, you're going to think it on the right direction. So has it ever dawned to you that your problem is not unique? A lot of people have that problem. And the question to you now, the way to solve your problem is also through asking the right questions to your own mind. Okay? Are there in history nobody has solved similar problems than you? If the answer is yes, then all you need to do is find out how. Okay? The reason why I say that is because in your chart, while the resource structure is dominant, like your chart is surrounded by water, is floating. Okay? The ox, the rat, and the pig, it's like a whole series of water, and it causes the wood, which is where you are, the 3 pieces of wood that is on top, month, day, and hour, to float. So this, in the context of metaphysics, is called Soi Tai Mo Piu, floating wood, if you don't understand Cantonese. So according to, now if you are going to be anal about this, because you might ask me, what's the traditional view of this? Well, the traditional view of this chart sucks. Okay, so don't listen to them. The reason is because they say, a person like floating wood is going to float their whole life, not going anywhere, aimless. Need grounding. Okay, people like this, no good. Don't partner them for business. All right, seriously, that's, if I were a traditional master, I probably would say that, but I'm not. Okay, I'm into what can we do and how can we change things. So basically, floating wood. All right, so what's the bad thing about floating wood? It's floating. So what's the good thing? Always ask yourself this: how can we use floating wood to our advantage? Well, in today's world, there's such a thing called, if I'm looking for business, I would look for digital nomad. I think if you're gonna change your lifestyle and completely, if you ever will, I'm not saying you can or cannot, let's say you decide to, this maybe keep digital nomad as one of the new thing for you. Now, it takes time to build this, but let's say you do that, you could be anywhere in the world floating, be on an island, a nice villa overlooking the ocean with your laptop, making money, doing digital work. And then you don't like the place, go and rent another place, let's say in Bali or in Maldives or in the Mauritius or in the Bahamas. Digital nomad. That's floating wood too, What's the problem? Great lifestyle, right? Or if you had to sell to somebody, what the floating wood means? Well, sell to hospitality or cruise business. Not work in one, but if you can work in one if you're looking for a job, but sell to them. I'll talk about selling later, okay? Now you may say, yeah, but they have bad business right now. They will become good eventually, okay? Please, nothing is permanent. So don't worry about this. But just remember, this is part of that business, all right? You can. There's so many ways to look at this. And water on wood. Water on wood is like a journey. So value the journey, not the destination. The problem is if you're thinking, oh, my life is not getting the results, this sucks, how do things don't work out the way I expected. Come on. Any entrepreneur will tell you that it's not going to be like this. As soon as you can accept that it's about the journey, your life changes. Okay? And plus, resource star, which is dominant in chart, is about experiences. Here's my theme to you. Learn to live your life. Meaning, you must experience your life. You can't experience your life if you're not willing to take the first step out of the, this same old. Okay? So if you learn to experience life will go through you. You live through these experiences and enjoy your life. Ups and downs is part of it. Okay? Now, when water, direct resource in your chart, both direct and indirect resource is too strong, and it means overthinking. You're absolutely right in that. So, but the thing is this, how do you use overthinking in a positive way? Well, in your chart, there's yang wood, there's another yang wood in the month, and there's another yin wood right next to you. Well, what do? Listen, there are those in life who like to think a lot and analyze a lot, like you. And then there are equally those who are around you or in life itself who don't think enough. Isn't it true? There are a whole bunch of people out there who really skim on the details, right? They sign contracts, they don't even read, they're too lazy to read. Or they might say, I'm dyslexic, I can't read. And then there are people who don't like to look at numbers, don't like at details. Usually the artistic type, the creative guys out there, some entrepreneurs, not all, who are not so detail-oriented, they will need people like you to do what? To do the thinking for them. So use what you call as your weakness for others. Okay? So here's what I suggest. All right. Again, hear me now, believe me later, because I know you're going to analyze everything I say. But you know what? Let's hold on to that for a while, right? Give away your weakness, which is strength, to others. You overthink? Well, sell your overthinking to other people who doesn't think enough. There are a bunch of people who need anal shit done, which they don't. That's why they get into trouble all the time. Okay? So we can only think so much because we have limited time. So sell some of those hours away for thinking for others and you're good. Okay? So this is something you could do, right? Do it. Now, your resource star in your Bazi chart, namely is both direct and indirect resource star if you're studying Bazi, right? You understand that indirect resource, it's about imagination. Now, the thing is this, you're great at it. And here's the problem. Imagination done wrong equals to fear. Imagination done right equals to faith. Your imagination, because it's untrained, it's undisciplined, unguided, that's why it's creating fear. So your problem is not a lack of power. It's simply you're too imaginative. So you created fear because you're very, very, very good at imagination. It's just that this imagination is that things that don't work. It's basically this. In case you're still wondering without clarity, here's the clarity part. You're inflating small failures, making it bigger than it seemed. So here's what you need to do. Reverse that by making small wins in your life. You have small wins too. Make the small wins bigger than they are. It's just imagination. By doing so, if you can make the small, tiny wins in your life bigger than they are and more important than they are, what you do is that you are instructing the chief, which is, by the way, your guardian deity, to create miracles, because your chief, your guardian deity, can crystallize that reality. So this is called guided imagination. This is what you need. So do it. Okay. So the next thing is now a little bit more about your resource star, right? It's water element, which means it gets influenced easily. Now water is like, you look at water, right? If you put dirt inside, it's going to be dirty water, yes or no, right? If you put a vitamin C inside the water, it's going to be vitamin C water. You put milk inside, it's going to be milky water, right? When you put sugar inside, it's going to be sweet water. It becomes Coca-Cola or Pepsi, right? So listen, the question is this: what do you consume? What do you actually consume for the resource, which is your mind? What do you consume? You consume negativity from social media and shit, then you're going to feel like shit. Let your mind and your brain digest the thoughts that you create, which are healthy and positive. If you can feed it, meaning just like how you put stuff into this water, feed it with more healthy and positive stuff, like the winnings of other people, you know, who did parts and they win, they succeed, they teach him and say, just keep reading stuff, just feed it, don't analyze it. Then you will feed your mind, which internally feeds your feeling to become better. Okay, that's what you need to do. Listen, I'm giving you clear instructions on what you need to do based on your Bhaja chart. You asked for it, right? So I'm trying to help you out here. Hear me now, believe me later. I need to say that to you a couple of times because you're going to anal me on this, right? Analyze me on this. So I need to make it direct your imagination a little bit here, okay? So due to, I know your Bhaja lacks earth, right? This is like small tiny piece of earth in the corner there, but nevertheless it's there, right? It's still there. So the thing about your earth is this, right? You keep saying, you know, you lack the willpower, right? You say, oh, my weakness is lack of willpower to take the first step. No. It feels like you lack willpower. What you lack is not willpower. What you lack, you should write this down, is discipline. And here's the good news. Discipline can be trained. Discipline can be trained. So discipline your mind. Train your mind to obey you. So when you train your mind until a point when you say go, your mind say let's go. It cannot be that when you say go, your mentality, your brain says, yeah, you know, I'm not really feeling well today, I'm a bit lazy. There is no negotiation. When you say go, it goes. All right? You are the boss or what, right? You are the boss. You got to know that. So why I say that is because you have a friend star right next to you. A friend star is a reflection. That's like a mirror. Okay, for those of you learning Bhaja, listen, whenever I do advise, guys, whoever is following this, although it's from a Lowe's chart here, I'm using Bhaja as I'm giving this recommendation. A friend star is like a mirror. You're looking at yourself. So I want you. That's why I'm teaching him or sharing with him how you can train his mind, because this is what you do. When you say go, your mind cannot say no. All right. If it's going to be wake up, you know, at 6 a.m., it's going to wake up 6 a.m. There's no negotiation. Okay. No laying in bed. No wait for 5 minutes nonsense. All right. So listen, start small. If something big in your life leads to procrastination. All right. Start small. All right. If something big is daunting and leads you to procrastinate, then don't do the big things. Do the small steps. Now, even if a small step leads to procrastination, then do the tiny shit, tiny stuff. It's breaking it down until a step that is tiny enough that you won't procrastinate to do. All right? This is something I need you to really consider. Now, moving on. Because wood, the next to it is Rob Wealth Star. And this Rob Wealth is on top of your wealth element. Okay? So what do? Give volunteering your services a chance. Help someone in need, and this will improve your mood, and it will increase your motivation to get out of bed the next day. Okay? So go ahead and volunteer. You must do this. Okay? That's what the Rob Wealth Star is about. Volunteer. That will open up opportunities for you and stay motivated and healthy. Okay? Now, don't forget, right now you're going through a 7 killing slump. All right? Now, most of people say 7 killing is no good, you know, and all that. Listen, don't worry about these people. What you need to do, 7 killings on a good side is about what? Consequences. Understand the consequences of not having discipline. So how do you do that? Ask yourself these type of questions. Listen, Mr. Low, do you want to be poor? If the answer is, answer me yes or no. If the answer is yes, continue doing whatever you're doing before our discussion today? If the answer is no, then discipline your mind. Okay? That's it. Keep it that simple. That's how you discipline. That's how you use the 7 killings. All right? Make it simple. Cut to the chase. Cut to the point. That's what 7 killings is about. So you're using the positive side. All right? And always remember this, right? Whenever you ask your question about whether I should start today or start when, or, am I too late? Remember, you are yang wood. Yang wood is like a tree, like a big plant. So your motto in life is simply this. When it comes to timing, when is the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. Well, when's the next best time? Now is the best time, all right? The next best time. So do it now, okay? That's how you stay and stay driven to do this. Now, how else could you stay driven? Well, since you are in a 7 killings cycle, right, until you're 48. So what do? Well, chase power then. Now you may say, yeah, but I don't need power. Well, you have not tasted power. How do you know you don't want it? Try it, right? Listen, I say, hear me out. Hear me now, believe me later. Some people, like you right now in these 10 years, will be motivated by power, influence, and fame. All right? So it's okay. What's wrong with that? Let this be a motivation for you to be driven, to be known, to be recognized. It's okay. Feel good about leading. Feel good about leading a team. Feel good about achieving higher status and position. Feel good about it. Desire it. Want it. And you're going to work in line with your 7 killings to get there. Okay? Number 2, how do you stay motivated and driven out of this comfort zone of yours and stop feeling like you're losing? Very simple. Fire warms your chart, right? So fire is an output element. So I need you to learn how to sell. Now you may say, yeah, I don't like selling. I didn't ask you to like selling. I just say learn to sell. Sell what? Sell yourself, sell your services, sell your abilities. Ask for the sale, ask for the raise, show your value, display your abilities. If you don't do that, your wood will never produce the fire, never bring warmth to this chart. This is a bit cold. You can change this. So write this down. Learn to sell. Sales is a skill. If you don't like that word, then learn to influence. Influence means selling. Listen, the next thing is this. You need to master self-mastery all the time because that's the wood element in your chart. You want to strengthen the wood and grow like wood. Right? So listen, chase development, chase self-development, chase growth. This is your life path. Grow to a beautiful tree. Drive yourself towards self-wholeness. All right? So this is risk yourself a little bit to grow out of a comfort zone. It might sound scary, I know, but it's the process. You need to go through this so you can grow. All right? That's important for you. And since you need the earth is wealth, desire to win. Now you may say, yeah, I want to win. No. I'm saying compel yourself to win. You work hard because you don't want to lose, right? So make sure that you work even harder. Spend much time, here's the key, in mastering your craft. That's what you need to do. Excel in this field and you will never look back. Be the champion, right? Be able to influence. You may say it's difficult. It's not, right? Jagwood is about leadership. Leadership is about selling. Because how else will you sell the dream to your followers? For people to follow you to better places, right? So yes, you will stumble. You might suffer a little bit. Whatever the reason, listen. This is important for you to master your craft, all right? And reach out to other people. Just like a tree. Yang wood, branch out. Reach out to other people. This is important, right? Because when you also help other people succeed along the way, this will change not only their lives, but your life. That's why I said earlier on to volunteer, right? Volunteer your services and help people. That will truly change how you live, okay? Now, since I'm talking about motivation for your piece of your Yang Wood element resource star here, people are motivated by different things. There are some people who are motivated by avoiding failure. And if you're one of those people, probably you are by default, then you're good at spotting issues and problems and what can go wrong, what do people don't see, I might lose money on this, I might lose money on that, all right? So that's the thing. But there are those who are motivated by success. If you're motivated by success, which that means in your chart, you'll be motivated by fire. Right now, if you're motivated by water, which is the default element, you'll be motivated by trying to avoid failure. But if you're motivated by trying to attain success, then you know what? You'll be focusing on goals. You'll be focusing on results. You'll be focusing on, setting priorities. You're gonna, set a purpose and fulfill them with energy. There are 2 ways to motivate yourself, okay? Just from your chart. So hopefully you can do that, right? So you can draw motivation from internal, which you should, because your water element produces wood, so your motivation comes from internal. So please don't go like, oh, I'm going to look for like external motivation. I didn't think you need that, right? It's like, what you need to pop some Viagra for this? No, come on. So you need to create your own motivation internally, because you're driven because you want to be successful. All right. And lastly, remind yourself this: never ever say to yourself, oh, I cannot afford this and afford that, because that's imagination, right? Since there's use of imagination, they say, what if you can afford it? How can you afford it? Just imagine it's free. All right. Imagine if you are richer today. Imagine how life would be for you, right? Imagine who else can you help when you're better. Imagination is free, Mr. Low. Use it to your advantage. When imagination done right, it becomes faith. And that's where you overcome this I cannot afford shit attitude. Because if you keep saying that, then that will be a reality. At some point, what do you change first? You change your imagination, okay? So save some money now to create your education fund. Do it now, because your resource star needs it. No excuses, get it done. And when the time comes, use it to educate yourself. That's how you become better and better, okay? So I hope this Sunday Insights is helpful for you. And I wish you a great life ahead. You truly deserve it. And I know you can be able to do this, okay? Have a little faith. Imagine it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope the rest of you guys have learned something as well. And for those of you who have some reflections on this, have learned something, do share your thoughts with me right here. Thank you so much.